Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and, well, everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. That's fanatics.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Discover our collection of handcrafted candles. That's right, every product is thoughtfully created in small batches free from harmful toxins for mindful everyday indulgence. Our candles are hand-poured in coconut soy wax with natural wood wicks, offering a long-lasting burn and rich fragrances. Create a cozy, safe ambiance for your home with candles from Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers use the promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network.
This is Midnight Run on the Inside Edge Network. Here's your host, Anthony Alford.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Midnight Run here on the Inside Edge Network. Oh, that's beautiful. Our theme music, and this is music to my ears every single night, and all of you being here with us. Give me 2 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you like and subscribe at Inside Edge Net across our socials, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, across the board, Twitter. We got that for you. InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Want to go there? Oh, man. Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful smell, too. Beautiful smell. Now, I have creamer here. Yes, I could drink black coffee, like straight up black coffee at times when necessary. But let me get my creamer real quick. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Forget Mr. Rogers. I'm bringing you. Oh, man, that's beautiful. I'm in a good mood, too, because SGA lost. The Oklahoma City Floppers lost. I'm not gonna spend the first 10 minutes of the show talking about the OKC Floppers. Thank you. Yes. Screw them. They want. When we say put your body on the line, we don't say that like intentionally. Put your body on the line, like, I'm hurt. Stop it. All right, welcome to the show, everybody. We're ready to go here. My producer's Eli Moon, and we are happy to have you with us. It's 12:05 here on May 29th, and we have a lot to cover here in this next hour. This is going to be a full sprint. We're going to cover all three of our sports here. Baseball later in the show. We got basketball news and LeBron and Giannis, how that could play out. But we're gonna lead. See, Cavaliers, this is your fault. We're leading with the Browns. The most important story on May 29th is the QB tracker. That's right, folks. It is here, the Browns QB tracker. going in on the OTAs and how the quarterbacks are doing. So yesterday was day 2 of OTAs and the tracker. ESPN Cleveland keeps track of. God, man, this is so pointless, but they do it because people are interested. And let's review how your quarterbacks for the Cleveland Browns did on day 2 of OTAs from yesterday here. So, Shedeur Sanders, he went 8 of 14, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Deshaun Watson, 11 of 17, 6 touchdowns, 1 interception. Dylan Gabriel, 1 of 3, no touchdowns, 1 interception. So those are the 3 that attempted to pass in OTAs where it's all on the line, ladies and gentlemen. No, we're not going to include Drew Carey rules on the Browns QB tracker where the points don't matter and everything like that. But we keep track of this stuff because it's fun, right? Battles are settled in late May, correct? Oh, man. Little note. Deshaun Watson and Shedeur were the 2 quarterbacks that took reps during the 11-on-11 drills. The stats that I rattled off, I believe that was all during team drills. Listen, the content's out there. We're going to effing use it, okay? If people want to get up in arms about who's the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, you did this to yourselves. So we're going to use that content. We're going to use it. It's there. Somebody did the work. Somebody kept track of stats during practice. So we go, if the content's out there to track practice, we go cover practice like it's a real game. Yeah. Deshaun Watson, 6 touchdowns. Sign him up for fantasy football. My Lord. All right. Last week, I know, we had the Cavs playoffs. They played every single other day. So we really haven't had much time to talk really much of anything else until now. It was a good problem until the Cavs flamed out. But last week, I believe last Tuesday, I had an opportunity to interview my guy from the barbershop, Mr. G. Bush, Garrett Bush, from the barbershop, Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, formerly in 92.3 The Fan. He has a whole empire, digital, everything. And hopefully we can have G. Bush back on for a more extended period of time to really pick his brain over football across the board. He's very knowledgeable across the board with sports analysis. Take a listen. I asked him last week when I interviewed him about the QB back, because let's reset real quick about what was happening. You remember the report that Mary Kay Cabot published probably what? Was it a couple weeks ago? I believe so. A couple weeks ago. Thank you, Eli. A couple weeks ago, report comes out. Deshaun Watson is basically going to be, he's going to be named a starter. He is way ahead in camp. Deshaun Watson is the guy. And there was a lot of pushback from that report because a lot of people looked at it and said, wait a minute, it's only May. Why are we making that choice right now? Number one. Number two, why does it have to be him? So we talked about, and it's going to be a continued discussion about why him. The only answer that I shouldn't say there are a multitude of answers that make sense, but the only one that's going to stand above everything else is that $250 million contract, right? He has to legitimately prove in practice that he is that guy. And as Todd Monken has pointed out several times, we've only had, at least to that point, they were only 3 practices in. And they had a few more now with OTAs. Of course, the date to be mindful of, I believe June 9th will be when mandatory mini camp takes place. So those are things you got to be mindful of going in. But to say that the QB battle is over before it starts, a lot of people do find that ridiculous, but that report was out, right? So that brings me back to what we're about to hear from G. Bush when I interviewed him a week ago about the QB battle. I asked him, tap in football wise. What do you need to see, G. Bush, from the QB1 position? Take a look. What do you see in terms of that QB battle from your eyes? What do you see from both guys? And actually, I'm going to tap into your football background. What do you need to see from QB1 with the Cleveland Browns?
What you need to see in this is very easy. People are saying, jumping out, oh, this person got the lead right now. This person is 75% ahead of no. Listen, let me tell you about these pads. We ain't learning nothing to these pads get to jumping. And we can talk all we want to. Right now, they're in shorts, everybody looking cute. If you look at it, if you look at Deshaun Watson, and I will say this, Deshaun Watson with no shoulder pads on and everything with the visor and the helmet, he out there looking good. He looking like the quarterback that you always thought he was. But here's the thing. Hey, they don't win no games in shorts. Last time I checked, you got to be able to step up in the pocket and throw the football. I want to see Deshaun Watson be able to be accurate. I want to see if he can move when the rush is coming. And for Shedeur Sanders, I want to see if he can still give me those wild moments that you spoke of, the 360s against Tennessee, some of the deep balls to, some of the Isaiah Bond against the Raiders. But can you limit those turnovers? Can you play efficiently, but still keep that playmaking a mentality and do that? So I'm looking forward to that out of the quarterback room, and you won't see any of that until we get these pads on.
And that's the truth. And that was me with G. Bush a week ago, right here on Midnight Run. I mean, that is the truth. First off, the game is way different with pads versus without pads. It's way different. I do not miss whatsoever getting tackled in pads. That I do not miss. But it's way different. The speed of the game is different. And yeah, I mean, G. Bush said basically what I've been saying all along. I guarantee, and they're there watching the practices. I'm telling you right now, Deshaun Watson, outside of, without pads, yeah, he looks phenomenal. The dude has not forgotten how to play football. He looks phenomenal without pads. The issue is always with pads. The issue is always full speed. And the thing is, we're not going to get that full speed out of, listen, this is 2026. Not a single soul is going to hit a quarterback, like really hit a quarterback, until week 1 of the regular season come September. And so, I heard Kyle Cordell talk about this is going to be the longest summer, in a long, long time because of how the calendar shakes out. In this case, in this conversation, that point is actually very relevant because it's going to be a later start because how late Labor Day is this year. And yeah, I mean, you're not going to see Deshaun Watson really get touched. I mean, maybe a little bit in preseason, but they're not going to go all in. And then, the joint practices, that's when it really starts in mid-August. I believe the Browns have joint practices this year with the Buffalo Bills. So that's what it's really going to kind of take off. And this is where it gets tricky. Shedeur Sanders, if he wants to win the starting job for the Cleveland Browns, he has to take it away from Deshaun Watson. And I've been on that from the jump because in practice, Deshaun Watson's going to look great. It's going to happen. And yeah, Kyle's exactly right. It's all in here. It's all in here. And we won't know how it's going to play out until he's in full speed. But again, in today's NFL, you're not going to really get full speed practices and full speed conditioning until games are played. All right, let me bring in Eli because I know he gets all heated when we talk about. Sorry, I have to look at Eli off screen, man. It's one of my almost. There's going to come a time where I'm going to make you come on camera and not say a word and then come off the camera.
Yeah, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it.
No, but okay. So we have not had the chance to react to G. Bush's comments from a week ago. I want to open up the floor to you. What did you think about what he said in terms of the pads? It's like all right, for us in the media, we got to make something out of what's going on in practice, but it's going to be tough for, Shedeur Sanders to take the job away from Deshaun Watson right now.
Yeah, no, absolutely, Double A. And, I think all he can do is continue to do what he's been doing, which is being in the building, wanting to learn, being connected to Todd Monken's hip, and wanting to learn everything he can from him, right? You also, in G. Bush's interview with Deion Sanders, Prime, Prime talked about wanting to meet with Todd Monken. So there's definitely some plans, I would imagine, for the Sanders family in Cleveland. We've discussed that over the offseason so far. I think there are some plans for Shedeur Sanders, and probably Deion Sanders, right, too, if he's going to be talking to Todd Monken. But I think that's something that right now we just, like you said, we need a story. And Deshaun Watson still has a ton of money that the Browns are tied to. He has a chance to play this season because he's recovered from his injury. So there's going to be that discussion, But ultimately, the best quarterback will win this battle, whether it's won by week 1 of the regular season or week 4. Because I truly just don't think Deshaun Watson is that guy. I don't think he is. I don't think he's Houston Texans Deshaun Watson. I don't think he's even Cleveland Browns, year 1, year 2, whatever, his greatest year, whatever you want to take out of it. I just don't think the guy's been spectacular. I think he's been lackluster. And I think the Browns are going to bite themselves in the ass, to be honest with you, if they continue to play Deshaun Watson into the regular season. Now, we've talked about the road issues, I get it, or the road games. And sure, that might be the best way to usher him in back into Cleveland. But you still have to come back home. And you still have to play in front of those Cleveland Browns fans, the same fans, and I'm not agreeing with it, but the same fans that were cheering when he got off the field. Booing when he performed well and cheering when he was injured and taken off the field. Now, that's not necessarily right. Shouldn't wish anybody's injury. I don't agree with that. But goes to show you, Double A, that Cleveland is done rocking with Deshaun Watson. I just don't understand why the Browns, they're in a spot right now where you could either find out Shedeur Sanders is the guy on a low-risk, high-reward contract. It's a 5th-round contract. You can find out what you got in him. And if you don't like it, okay. Omar did a great job on Midnight Run last week on Friday talking about some of the quarterbacks that are coming out in 2027. And, obviously Arch Manning's there. Dante Moore's there. There's a ton of guys there. The Browns could just do that and just get rid of the Deshaun Watson issue. Guys have ate dead money before. Tua Tagovailoa just left the Miami Dolphins. They ate over $99 million in dead cap space over the next 2 years. Teams have done it before. And I know it's not the sexiest thing to do. I'm just not a fan of Deshaun Watson. I don't care what he looks like in shorts or visors or whatever. And I respect, exactly what G. Bush is saying, because until they put pads on, until some preseason action at least happens, we have something to base our, a semblance to base off of. What's it matter?
And what makes this tough is that you can see it, that this is not just purely a football decision. Like, you can see it, right? Because if this contract this contract was nowhere, like if it didn't exist, like Deshaun Watson was just another guy on the roster making decent money, he would have been gone a long time ago.
Exactly.
A long time ago, he would have been gone. Like, I keep hearing, and I'm not blaming G. Bush at all, and G. Bush said the truth. I mean, the last part of what G. Bush said about Shedeur Sanders, can he expand basically beyond the wow factor? We've heard time and time again, people, our buddy Mac Robinson, when he was on Midnight Run probably a couple months ago, talking about the ups and downs of Shedeur Sanders. It seems like with Shedeur, he's more penalized because he does show those wow moments, but there's a little bit of inconsistency compared to Deshaun Watson, who has – there have been very few highs with Deshaun Watson in the last 6 years of football.
Yeah, and I know we got to go to break here in a few moments. I'll just say this. I think the Cleveland Browns fan base is just so petrified of confidence. I think they're scared to see confidence in a quarterback. We saw with Baker Mayfield, and some fans loved it, some fans didn't. Whatever. Baker won a good amount of games here, so it is what it is. But, he had that confidence, and some fans didn't like the moxie, the confidence there. And then you get to Deshaun Watson, where it's just more arrogance. I'm going to be quite honest. I think it's more arrogance. Like, oh, well, I got this bag. I've come from Houston, and, well, what have you done since? It's basically you stayed in Houston and continue to sit on the bench. That would have been probably your best play instead of tanking your value. But then you look at Shedeur Sanders, and I think and they're not the same quarterback any stretch. They're not, right? But Shedeur Sanders and Baker Mayfield, one thing they have in mind, or in common rather, is the confidence in their mind to be able to feel like they can change a franchise. We all laughed and ha when Baker said, I'm ready to change this franchise. Okay, who's going to change the franchise? Then he took the Browns to their first playoff victory in 2020. So I think that's maybe like a little PTSD for Browns fans. of, hey, you come in, you're confident. That's cool. We've heard that before. Can you play? But unfortunately, mixed with the confidence is the fact that he had a coaching staff that did not want to play him. And now he's having to earn it with the new coaching staff. I do just have a hunch feeling that once we start playing some games, we'll see who the better quarterback is. And I still stand on it that it's Shedeur Sanders. He's younger. He's got a good head on his shoulders. He's not worried about TikToking every day. And I guess you could talk about his vlogs, but his dad's Deion Sanders. I don't think he's going to have any problem. I think Prime will step in if it gets out of hand. So I feel like Shedeur Sanders is still that guy.
Coming up, LeBron James is flirting with us. And don't sit there and be like, oh, he needs to shape. You like it. You like when LeBron flirts with us. You like it. Come on. Come on. Admit it. Admit it. You love it. And it's happening again. We'll talk about it on the other side of the break, plus major baseball news to discuss here locally and across the board with the news of the salary cap. We'll break it down. Double A talking numbers. I'm not saying it's going to be me talking good numbers, but we'll give it a shot. It's Midnight Run here on the Inside Edge Network.
Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, Dubby Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order Dubby Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code InsideEdge10 to receive 10% off your order. Dubby Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Mosser Moments Photography is a husband and wife wedding photography team based in Cleveland, owned and operated by Inside Edge Network's very own Ryan Mosser and his wife, Hallie. For the past 10 years, they've captured more than 100 weddings across Northeast Ohio and beyond, always working together as a true two-person team. Their style centers on authentic, emotional storytelling, documenting the real moments between two people in love and creating images that feel natural, comfortable, and true to the couple. Rooted in Northern Ohio but inspired by their travels, Ryan and Hallie bring a warm, personal approach to every wedding day. Their work blends experience, consistency, and a genuine passion for helping couples relive their best day through timeless photography. Learn more at MosserMomentsPhotography.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. MosserMomentsPhotography.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
This is Midnight Run on the Inside Edge Network. Here's your host, Anthony Alford.
Welcome back, everybody. It is Midnight Run here on the Inside Edge Network. My name's Anthony Alford, here with you Monday through Friday from 12 to 1 right here on the Inside Edge Network. Quick programming note. Later on this morning, we will have myself and Kyle Cornell. We'll have the brand new episode of the Side Hustle Wrestling Podcast. Got into a lot of good stuff there. That's coming up in the morning. And then later on to the awesome... We got a lot of great programming. Unfiltered with Kyle Cornell at 5 o'clock. He will have Jake Underwood from AM 1420 on the program coming up on Friday. Also, Mike Check Take 2, David Ruiz and Otto Chisholm. That will be on at 7. Inside Edge Primetime, Eli and Chad at 10. And my show, Midnight Run, coming up at midnight. So, loaded Friday schedule. Real Talk with Papa Moon on Saturday. We may have some special programming throughout the weekend as well. So, a lot of cool stuff. And also, do not forget, Monday, our brand new morning show. My guy Omar, you see him on Midnight Conversations here on the show. He will have a new morning show, the Inside Edge Morning Show, 9 a.m. every weekday morning, starting this Monday, June 1st. Cannot wait for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then also Legal Formation returns with Chad Bryant and TK Dandridge. So we are loaded with programming. We got programming all 7 days of the week here on the Inside Edge Network. Okay. I'm going to just lay it out there. Do you like it when a woman flirts at you? I'm just this, I guess, for the male audience here, and based on the research that we do here for sales and things like that, most of you are men. Do you like when a woman flirts with you? Do you like attention? No, I'm a man. Okay, fine. I understand. I get it. All right. What if that woman is a 9 or a 10? Nobody would call themselves, give themselves a lower rating, but you're probably not a 9 or a 10, right? How far are you willing to go to lock in that 9 or a 10? Even if that 9 or a 10 keeps playing with your heart. Try 20 years, 20 plus years. Treated you like a dog. Left you twice, brought it home, married you, and then left you again and said that the other dude was better twice. Left the first time because because the woman was immature, said you weren't good enough. Loyalty, homebody, who cares? The hot one is ready for the services. So the girl left. Has a little bit of success. And then that flamed out. Hey, I'm here. Come on home. I'm coming home. Oh, the world, I'm coming. Okay, fine, whatever. It's a good love story, right? Comes home, wins the title. And then the other hot dude across the way says, I'm here. And your 9 or the 10 leaves again. And for the last 8 years, you've kind of moved on. Actually, you very much have moved on. You just made the conference finals. You moved on. You're good. You're watching the other girl, your girl, that 10. You're watching that 10. Kind of down on the luck a little bit, but you remember the good times. You remember it's not just the good times. You remember the backstory. It pulls in your heart, but you say to yourself, I moved on. I ain't about that life again. Okay. That's Cleveland Cavaliers and LeBron James, in case you didn't catch the hint. Okay. And you've kind of moved on and things are good and you're on your own path. but you forgot, or you didn't block LeBron. You didn't block her or him. You didn't block her. So you go on social media, and Eli, if we have the photo, you go to the Instagram, and this is what you see right there. This is what you see. You see, man, what an effing team. Boy, we had something special. Dang, look at that. That's the finals. By the way, he pointed out the finals that I think we lost. I don't remember. But, man, we had a team. Remember the good times? What do you mean remember the good times? You left. You left us. But here we go again. Here we go again. Now, you may say to yourself, come on home. It's not working out in Los Angeles, LeBron. It ain't working out. Come on home. Do you think it's going to be that easy? Come on now. Of course not. In fact, here's what Brian Windhurst had to say. He was on ESPN Cleveland talking about how much money you have available right now to spend on LeBron James.
They are a second apron team. So what I believe their plan is going to be is that James Harden is going to opt out of his contract, and he's going to sign a new contract. This is not theoretical. James Harden will be back with the Cavs next year, and it will be for multiple years guaranteed. It's going to take them out of the second apron, okay? Once you're out of the second apron, half of your handcuffs come off. You can now start you can do more business again. Do you want to go forward with the core in place? You say, re-sign Dean Wade, re-sign Keon Ellis, say we need a full training camp with James Harden, but that's a pathway.
Correct.
And that's going to be under consideration.
Okay, so a few things have happened. Wendy also mentioned, it was a separate clip. Wendy also mentioned that right now the Cavaliers have like $3 million to spend. So obviously not enough. All right. We have another clip we're going to play for you momentarily, but I'm going to need my buddy Eli to come back on the screen because I have a confession to make. Now, I only share this because I truly do not believe that she watches this show or is completely aware of this show or anything like that. And that's good because I believe she's married now. But, okay. I had a neighbor growing up, like, middle school, definitely high school. And it's the perfect love story, right? It's the girl next door.
Okay.
Fine.
How fine, Double
A? In my eyes, she was a 10, but probably, at least an 8. Probably
All
an
right.
8.
All right. All right.
On a great day, 9, which again, for me, dang, that's an upgrade.
Yeah.
At that point, that stage of my life, I didn't have any lick of confidence, anything like that. What are you talking about? Like, you thought, oh, Double A, you the man back to hell, no. So we didn't have we weren't compatible really at all. But the story was perfect. It's the girl next door.
Yeah. Yeah.
We get to walk together to class, to school together. You're right there.
Yeah.
You hang on the front porch.
Mm-hmm.
It was restricted to the front porch because we both had parents.
Yeah.
So
I understand that one. I've had a lot of dates in my high school on the front porch.
Yeah, that's right. It stayed at the front porch.
Yeah.
Her father was strict, by the way. I don't think her father liked me at all. Like, it was just,
Okay. Okay.
But then something tragic happened. No. She's alive again. She's married. She's doing great. But something really bad happened in my junior year of high school, 11th grade.
No.
She moved.
Oh no.
Oh no, she was still in the district. She still went to my high school. She just moved to the other side of the neighborhood.
Oh, so like the other side of the conference, just in the same conference, but
Yeah.
Okay.
She went from the Eastern Division to the Western Division. Now, listen. She didn't if you go from the Eastern Division to the Western Division, that doesn't mean that you're gone. That just means that I can't walk across the street and walk you to class.
Yeah.
now I have to idiotically get on my bike, roll across the bridge, and get to your home. I only did it once with her permission. I didn't just pop up.
Yeah.
Okay. But it was different. It was different. But these are things. But there were moments where she was in a relationship. But Eli, there was also those moments where she got out of that relationship.
That's right. That's right.
I
feel it. You know what? I mean, I've had a few of those. Not girl next door, but I've definitely had a few of those where, I'm like Cleveland. I live in Cleveland. I'm like Cleveland to some of these women. I'm convenient for a moment, and then you know what? They want to go explore, different towns and different cities, and find out it's not as good as Cleveland. You know what? We may not have as much sunshine and all that stuff as LA or Miami, but it's not Cleveland, baby.
That's the thing. Like, all right, you could try out Miami. You're going to have competition, though. Bron had competition. All these years, it's still D Wade's town. All these years later.
Yeah.
And then, come on home. I'll walk you in. Oh, I'm not good enough? All right, take your punk ass to Los Angeles.
Yeah. Yeah.
You only won one title for us, and it was the pandemic title. So it really didn't count.
So in this, comparison, technically we have, a MILF walking in. Right?
Now
we're trying to get the MILF.
Now, yeah. You've already moved on. Think about it. Why are we looking that way in the first place? We just made the conference finals. Resume-wise, we should be set.
We're not good enough. We're not good enough right now. We need, it's like we have the perfect, it's like, think about this. It's like, keep it comparison with the love story. It's like you have the perfect job. You have the perfect car. You know what? Your house is 2 stories and you have, 2 bathrooms in it. One is a jacuzzi hot tub in it as well. And you got all this stuff, but you don't have the perfect girl to rock with you. And you need that girl by your side to be your peace. And it seems like for the Cavaliers, LeBron James, as much as he could cause drama and headaches, when he lifts that Larry O'Brien trophy or gets us to the finals, he's our piece.
It's amazing when you really think about that, because can you imagine, Eli, explaining to a non-sports fan the story, the love story of the Cleveland Cavaliers?
No.
Let me just set it up, right? We just gave the backstory with LeBron, right? You just made the conference finals. You made it further than you have since he's left. And then you go to somebody, you go to your friend who doesn't relate to anything sports-wise or anything like that, but just somebody to talk to. LeBron is right there. Well, what's wrong with what you got now? Well, we made the conference finals, but it's not good enough. What do you mean it's not good enough? Well, if you watch the games, we got blown out every game. It's not good enough, or we can't win the title. But, dude, you made the conference finals, but
But there's tire on the tread. There's still tire on, or tread on the tire.
I'm in pain still.
Yeah, I know, but there's tread on the tire, AA, and it's think about it like a driver. You know what? You might get frustrated. The car might break on you a few times. It might spin off on you, leave you, if it's, Herbie or whatever, the car that used to talk back in the Disney movie, it may talk back to you. But eventually, you're going to find out there's still tread on that tire. You might as well find out what the spin's for, because here's the reality. We get LeBron back. It's probably his last year. So it's probably it, right? So, you can't really go back to LeBron well after this. You might as well dip your hand in it one more time, right?
Might as well dip in. So, okay, you sound crazy. But then I come across a clip from Yahoo Sports. This gentleman's name is Tom Haberstroh from Yahoo Sports. And he says, not only can I get my 10 back, I could double dip and get Giannis too. Take a look.
I could see a scenario in which they call up the Milwaukee Bucks and say, hey, will Evan Mobley and a first-round pick do it to get Giannis Antetokounmpo. And then you turn around and you say, LeBron, you could come back home for a farewell tour and try to win a championship in the Eastern Conference like you did before with the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Miami Heat, and have an easier road now that you got Giannis and you've got Donovan Mitchell in tow with James Harden to kind of hold a lot of those innings in the regular season. And then LeBron James and Giannis Antetokounmpo have won championships before, can take the lead in the postseason. So I do think that the Cavs could end this offseason with not just LeBron, but Giannis Antetokounmpo in a trade for Evan Mobley. And I think LeBron James would want to do that if he sees this as his final stop. The Cavs could end up with both Giannis and LeBron James this summer. It'll take some gymnastics on the cap, but I do think that the Cavs fans can look at that as best case scenario.
I win. There is hope. There is hope. My love story about to be completed.
Double A. Now here's the thing. I just want to use your mind a little bit. There are some roadblocks. You know, as much as we are,
I don't want to hear the roadblocks right now. I don't want to hear it. It's
as much
there.
as we're
I just said it's there.
We're like a solid 8 right now. There's also like, Golden State. Maybe LeBron wants to experiment, do some different things he's never done in his life before. Try some new things. So every now and then when you become older, you want to try some new things. Maybe he wants to try some new things in Golden State or other teams, to keep it with a love comparison.
All I know is he knows where the real love is at. He knows. But you got a good thing going with Evan Mobley.
Evan Mobley's like, dude, Evan Mobley to compare on the love comparison. Evan Mobley's like the girl in science class. You're like, dang, like she's cool. Like, you know what? And if I have nobody else to take the prom, I'll take her.
Yo, wait. Then that girl that you overlooked becomes like the hottest thing with some other dude. And then you're going to go, oh my.
Dude.
Why is this world got to be so dang complicated? What are we doing?
Why is it so tough? Why isn't this a midnight conversation? Why didn't this make the cut yesterday?
I don't know. I'm talking about. Call up Omar. Actually, don't do that. He's probably sleeping. My What are we going to do next year when we don't have baseball?
And then, I mean, you hope LeBron's on the Cavaliers at that point to finishing on his finals run so we can celebrate all summer. And if not, I don't know, pal. I don't know. We're going to have to find some stuff. Me and Chad have been talking about grass cutting and walking in nature. Grass cutting. Not what we talked about last night. That was a different type of grass.
Oh, okay.
We were grass
that could be a sport too.
Yeah, we were grass cutting.
In certain states.
Yes. No, we were cutting grass and we were talking about walks in nature. Maybe that's what we'll have to do if LeBron doesn't get it done or doesn't come back.
How was your walk in Bedford? I heard you were around the corner from me.
Yeah, man, it was good. I got a nice walk in with narrator. We just chatted some business, for about an hour and just ventured off into the wilderness. Found some cool spots. Definitely want to record an album in like nature. So we might have found the spot, Double A. I'll tell you. Might have found the spot.
All right. Let me know. Let's see what we could do. Now, this summer, probably, well, not this Saturday. We're going to be busy. But like the following weekends, I'm going to start my Saturday nature walks myself.
Absolutely.
Now, you got to remember, this is a lesson from somebody who's just started doing this. Get the necessary bug sprays.
Yeah, dude.
If you don't, your workout ain't just going to be from your legs. It's going to be.
Oh, yeah. And, dude, mosquito bites are the worst, bro. The worst. Like, the worst. I'd rather get stung by a bee. I know that sounds crazy. I'd rather get stung by a bee than mosquito. At least I know it's over.
Speaking of over, baseball's about to be over next.
Small business owners are superheroes, but nowadays running your business means doing so inside your shop and on social media. That's why you should make Omega Video Marketing your sidekick. With a decade of content creation experience, I create dynamic, informative, and fun videos for your specific social needs that will increase brand awareness, get you more followers, and keep your social pages and websites current and fresh. I offer flexible pricing and turn times and will work with you to understand your brand and your story. All of that comes from the heart. My award-winning expertise is just the cherry on top. So let's get connected. After all, your brand is the alpha and my expertise is the omega.
Hey guys, what an awesome show here on your Thursday on Unfiltered. Got into a lot of different stuff. We talked about some new homes being built, the crazy Cedar Point and chicken nugget story. You got to hear it for yourself. National Hamburger Day 2. Talked about the swatting calls to the Oregon man who's facing a bunch of charges and 10 years in prison, threatening schools across Ohio. Can't believe that story. Tomorrow, going to have Jake Underwood on. He is going to be here. We're going to talk about a lot of news and notes in Northeast Ohio and a Northern Ohio bus driver who passed out behind the wheel of a bus with 15 students on board. One of them called 911. She's in court tomorrow. All that and more on Unfiltered on your Friday, 5 p.m. right here on the Inside Edge Network. Whether searching for a baseball autographed by your favorite World Series slugger, a signed football by an iconic Hall of Famer, or the jersey of a world-famous soccer star, you've come to the right place. Here at sportsmemorabilia.com, the web's leading source of authentic sports memorabilia, you'll find more than 500,000 authentic products from nearly every professional sports league, team, and players. Not only will you find your next prized sports possession with ease thanks to superb customer service and tremendous site experience, you'll have the satisfaction and peace of mind that every product listed comes complete with a certificate of authenticity and is fully backed by the sportsmemorabilia.com lifetime authenticity guarantee. Go to sportsmemorabilia.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. Sportsmemorabilia.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Eli Moon and Chad Bryan, Eli Moon. We had another fun episode here of Inside Edge Primetime on this Thursday. I asked Chad if he was going to the Inside Edge Network potluck, what would he bring? And we got some good selections there. I can't wait to have the potluck. We also talked about who the biggest celebrity we've met so far has been, and our answers may shock you. Of course, we also talk about mowing the grass as always, and what your favorite summer activities are. Chad Bryan, you got a busy summer, it sounds like, pal.
Yeah, listen, it wasn't a chicken sandwich. Not what I would bring to a potluck or the biggest celebrity I've met. So you have to watch the show to find out what my answers were there. But yeah, my family, we always make a bucket list of all the things we're going to do over the summer. So we'll see what that entails over the next couple of days. We'll figure out all the summer, the Bryan household summer activities that we're going to get into over the summer. We try to hit every one. We usually do a pretty good job. Sometimes I miss one or two, but we try.
I love it. We also talk about some Spurs and Thunder. They play Game 7 Saturday. We'll talk about it all on tonight's show. And we also have Friday Free for All. What happens when somebody else writes your script and you have to read it? We'll find out tonight, 10 o'clock here on Inside Edge Network, Inside Edge Primetime. That's Chad Bryan, and I'm Eli Moon. We'll see you tonight.
This is Midnight Run on the Inside Edge Network. Here's your host, Anthony Alford.
Man, welcome back to the show. Some of y'all are out of control. Gives comments and stuff right coming in. It's just nuts. Let me give this is Kid Cowboy. Yeah, well, hello. What's going on? He's one of our loyal supporters and viewers of our programming. Bear Spray, talking about the nature walks and stuff there, and the mountain lions and all that stuff. So I'm telling you, guys, if you're doing these nature walks, first of all, I heard actually, Eli, you come back on for this because this involves you and Chad. I heard Eli and Chad on Primetime earlier talking about what was it, the being in the bike lane on the bike trail.
Yeah.
Man, listen. Did you and narrator when you guys were walking, you were walking side by side? Was one of you like all the way at the left?
No, we were walking like single file line, and we realized we were
Okay.
in the bike trail, and then we eventually, like, when the bikers came up, not like motorcycles, but like the cyclists, I suppose.
Yes.
When they came up, I was like, all right, we got to move out of the way. You know, we both were, oh, okay, we moved, and then we started to walk. When we were walking back, doing our big loop around, we were like, oh, that's the bike trail. So then we switched, and we got a little bit more of room to roam.
Yeah, and then like okay, when we talked on Midnight Conversations last night about the clone, right?
Yeah.
These are things where I would look at myself and be like, dude, why are you making this a big deal? Because that in particular, all right, I know they're doing what they're supposed to do. They beat the little puny ass looking, Bell or whatever. It's annoying. I know it's the right thing to do. I know it's safety and things like that, but I'm vibing when I'm walking and pew pew, hell out of the way.
Yeah. I was waiting. Every now and then, I'm like sitting there and I'm like walking. I'm like, is somebody gonna walk up behind me? And then I'm like, I get like nervous. I'm like,
yeah, like, and like on your left,
and it's never your left. It's always your right. It's always
Right.
the wrong left. It's always. I've been taken out by a biker before.
Excuse me?
Not like taken out like on a date, but they hit me. They boom, like smacked me, right? Yeah. And she was not a 10.
What you should do next time, get some chicken nuggets, maybe go to Cedar Point or something. Did you see that story that Kyle had? You produced the show. That story earlier with the chicken nuggets and the influencer, that is crazy.
Yeah, dude. I mean, so many danger things, but so funny. So funny because it wasn't me, so I'm not banned, so I'm good. But that's ridiculous, right?
So I watched the video after he talked about the story, and I know how fast Millennium Force goes, and I'm cool on. Even though I've worked at Cedar Point for 5 summers, I'm good on rides. I'm cool on that.
Yeah,
like the big rides and stuff. But a chicken nugget up there, top of the hill, and then you come down. Oh, dude.
And what about the sauce? He was dipping the sauce. Like, what if you get in somebody's eye? Like, I mean, come on.
That's what I was thinking. I'm actually amazed that the sauce did not like fly out of the cup.
You ruined somebody's fit for the day because you guys. Oh, dude, that's you're catching the ones.
Somebody's honey mustard is on the back of somebody's head.
Dude, imagine if it's like long hair like mine. Like, you wouldn't recognize it until later. You're catching.
Well, here's the good news. Well, in your case, here's the good news. If we get 10 sales on the Inside Edge Network merch shop, Kyle gets to cut all that off live on the air. So you won't have that problem.
True. And we got the promo code right now, Insider, 20% off the order right now for all of your purchases, mugs, shirts, hats, windbreakers, all that great stuff. Polos. So use, promo code 20%. Help get my hair cut. Come on. 10 purchases. InsideEdgeNetwork.com.
All right. Skubal, we're not going to have time to really dive into the story. So one more day, we'll pin it for tomorrow. Skubal, the Detroit, I was driving through Chicago, overheard Detroit radio. Oh, we need to trade Skubal, Tarik Skubal. Like, wait, what? And then, so we have the clips. We'll play for you coming up tomorrow. The breaking news is within the overall sport of baseball, Major League Baseball. The owners finally came out today. It's going to happen. They put out the proposal for the salary cap and floor system. Now, a couple details, and we'll play a clip from Major League Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred here shortly. He was on Pat McAfee. So here it is. I'm looking at it here. So to meet, we'll just skim right through it. So to meet the new cap and floor, let's see here. So, ooh, yikes. Okay, so MLB counts 12 teams that would need to grow their payroll by a combined $617 million for 2027 under this proposal. One of those teams, I'm not going to name all 12. One of those teams is the Cleveland Guardians. Okay. Pittsburgh Pirates, they're the ones that have been cheaping out their fans. You want to know about bad baseball, go to Pittsburgh and look at the Pirates cheapening out their fans for years. So 12 teams need to grow their payroll to hit the floor. And then another 8 teams need to cut their payroll. You could take a guess on who those 8 teams are. Any big team you could think of, they're there. The Dodgers, the Yankees, Mets, Phillies, Padres, Blue Jays, Red Sox, and Braves. Okay, so that's there. Rob Manfred, he was on with Pat McAfee last night, and he had this to say about what's next and what he's trying to accomplish with this proposal.
You talk about right now about competitive balance. It sounds like what you guys are in the middle of trying to figure out is we need more teams to spend money. And the teams that are spending a lot of the money, okay, we're going to have to figure out who's allowed to spend what. Sounds like, is it your guys' angle? I know the players are going to have their own angle, but
absolutely.
That's kind of the basis of what we got going on, basically going into this negotiation, right?
Right. We got it. Look, our payroll gap from top to bottom is $446 million. That's not a fair fight, and the numbers really bear out that it's not a fair fight. If you have a high payroll, you're much more likely to make the playoffs. And if you have a high payroll, your chances of going to each of the successive rounds are massively higher than a low payroll club. And, look, fans want competition. That's what it's about at the end of the day. And we need to get that one fixed.
That's crazy to think, though, just because everything that is kind of stated, that the league's commissioner, because the teams that are spending all the money are the big city teams. Mm-hmm. And this is the league's commissioner going, hey, this is not fair what these big city teams are doing. I'll be fascinated to hear the counter reasoning from the players. And what we would all like to say when you guys come to that is baseball is having a great run right now. Ball as a whole is having a great run right now. We cannot have a work stoppage, okay? Mm-hmm. You guys need to figure that out. I speak for everybody.
They're screwed. None of that's going to happen. Now, Rob Manfred, listen, I will say this. I do give him a vote of confidence because he has done some things with the game of baseball that has been deemed unpopular by traditionalists, but has greatly increased the entertainment value of the game. Talking about runner on second base in extra innings, the pitch or the pitch clock. The pitch clock, I got to tell you right now, probably one of the greatest things to have ever happened in baseball from a fan perspective. We're not here, right? We ain't got time to sit through 5-hour Yankee Red Sox games. I'm sorry, I'm a millennial. My attention span is short. If you don't believe me, watch my last segment. We're talking about LeBron and a love story. My attention span is short, so we got to lock in. This is going to be dangerous. This is a different beast. And I think you're in major danger of losing the 2027 season. But this would be the biggest accomplishment of Rob Manfred's career. But we got to remember, too, he's on his way out the door in 2028. So this is it. He wants to lock things down going into 2028. And it may cost fans 2027. The problem is if you look at the Guardians, and we'll wrap in like 30 seconds. When you look at the Guardians, are they in for this fight? I think the Dodgers and the Yankees, they could afford to perhaps lose a little bit more baseball than, say, the Guardians. If the Guardians lose out on a season, some of these other teams, remember, the Athletics is on that list. The Athletics, they're transitioning to a new town. So if they're losing out on a full season of baseball, it's going to be a crippling of business. So I think you got to make a choice here. Are you prepared? I hate to say it like this and be this dramatic, but in these economic times, are you prepared to see maybe a franchise or a club or something shut down? I know that's way out there and nobody wants to get into that. And I might be out of line in saying that. And I know we have an extensive farm system in baseball, but you're talking losing business for a whole year. How deep into this fight are you really? And Bryce Harper on the Players Association side, Is he the same guy that doesn't know how to use toothpaste? Yeah, he doesn't. He ain't effing with that. So that's going to be crazy. All right, that's going to do it for today's show. We ran way over the last couple days, so we are shutting this thing down at 101. Okay, that's good. So for Eli, for our entire team, Double A Anthony Alford signing off again. We'll be back with you tomorrow night at midnight, every night. Hey, what time does the show come on? It's the name of the show. It's Midnight Run. All right, I know it's Thursday night. Y'all still got to work in the morning or go to the gym or do something. So stretch, shower, and then go to bed. Good night, everybody.